Hello from the Hyatt Regency, DFW 12th floor, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gemini Jets 10. Today is April 20th, 2024, and it also happened to be the day of the Dallas-Fort Worth Airliners Collectibles show. And even though it is pouring rain, there was a great turnout. There was a bunch of vendor tables there, probably 50 different tables with all sorts of memorabilia. And we walked away with an absolute mega haul of 1 to 400 scale models. So I am super excited to unbox these for you guys. I am going to close that door because it's literally raining sideways into the room, as you can probably see. And I'm going to shut the mini curtain, get rid of some of that backlight. Let's not waste much more time. Let's get right into this unboxing video. Okie dokie, folks, we got that taken care of. So as you guys can see, we walked away with 11 new 1 to 400 scale models to add to the collection. It came to a grand total of probably right around $500 for everything, maybe $550, somewhere between there. Between cash and card, I only put one transaction on the card and then spent about $400 in cash. So came to right around maybe $520, $530 for everything. But for 11 brand new 1 to 400 scale models, including 3 Phoenix models, which consistently go for a lot higher than, say, Geminis do. So super duper happy with that haul. All of these are brand new. I don't think we added any new airlines to the collection. I'm kind of getting to the point in my collection where it's very hard for me to add new airlines, but all of these are new models, no replacements or anything like that. So let's scooch all of these guys off to the side here, and we'll get started. Starting off here, we have the Spirit Airlines Airbus A319 in the Bear Fair Yellow Banana livery. Spirit models are usually really hard to come by. A lot of the low-cost carriers, they're really hard to come by in 1 to 400 scale models. So was super duper happy to add this one. Got it from the Texan Airplane store for 15% off of this price. Nick over there attends both the local show and Airliners International every year, and he had his spin wheel to get different discounts. My brother spun it. We got 15% off. So that is pretty sweet. This unit is from NG Models. It was the only NG that I got from the show, but one that I am super happy to add nonetheless. So let's get this guy out of his very tight packaging. I did inspect all of these models. There is one, has one little minor imperfection, but a super easy fix that we can make, and I'll go over that when we have a look at him. So there is that beautiful yellow A319, the banana yellow. Absolutely love it. That'll make an excellent addition to the collection and at the model airports. Next up, we have the JetBlue Veterans Airbus A320. JetBlue is an airline that I do not have very many models of, so I was super duper happy to add this one. My brother actually had a particular eye for this one. He was at the show with me. So he was the one who convinced me that this was a good addition to make, and he was absolutely correct. I got this one from the Texan Airplane store as well for $59.95. This one is a little bit of a rare model. As I was saying before I knocked the camera over, this guy is a 2016 release, so he is definitely more of a rare model. I believe it was a part of the collection sale that Nick over at the Texan Airplane store is doing, where he buys collectors' collections and then resells the models. So amazing addition to the collection, and that is just so beautiful. Such a beautiful blue. Text there says JetBlue honoring our veterans. It's got the veteran ribbon, the yellow ribbon on the tail. Absolutely beautiful model. Jim and I did such an excellent job with this. Landing gear's a little high. That's okay. Such a gorgeous JetBlue Airbus. Next up here, we have another JetBlue Airbus. This one is the A321 with the, I believe this is the window pane tail. I could be wrong about that. We're gonna do this again, huh? Okay. As I was saying, I believe this is the window pane. Okay, you guys are gonna go back here. That's gotta be the table. Okay, that's good. For the third time, I believe this is the window pane tail on this JetBlue A321. So super happy to add this one. Again, there's the price for that, $49.95 for that one from the Texan Airplane Store, minus 15%. So let's get this guy out of the packaging. Absolutely gorgeous. If we can get the focus in there. There we go. Absolutely so pretty. JetBlue's thing is, of course, they have unique tails for almost all of their aircraft. So, super cool to have that variation in your fleet, as most airlines, you know, just have one basic normal livery that they use. Now we jump in to ones we didn't get from the Texan Airplane Store. We have the American Airlines Airbus A321 in the PSA Retro livery. Super happy to add on getting the Retro 737s when they were around and actually cheap. Now they all go for stupid, ridiculous prices. All of the airlines that American inherited through the US Airways merger are painted onto Airbuses, whereas the airlines that American had inherited over the years are painted onto 737s. So PSA is one of those airlines that has a retro livery painted on an American A321. Super duper happy to add another beautiful aircraft to the collection. And of course, when getting the PSA, we couldn't go without getting his plus one. So I also picked up the Piedmont Airbus A321 from the same vendor I got the PSA from. Let's get him out of the box. This is basically the sister ship to the PSA A321. I believe the PSA is 832 UW, and this one is, 582 and 581. So this one, the Piedmont, is November 581 Uniform Whiskey, and the PSA, I believe, is November 582 Uniform Whiskey. So these two are the sister ships to each other. Absolutely beautiful to see American Airlines honor their heritage. Absolutely beautiful to see American Airlines honor their heritage and where they came from. So yeah, N582 UW on the PSA. Had to get the two sister ships. They were both available, so super happy to add those. Next up, we have the Southwest 737-800 in the Nevada Battleborn livery. I flew on the 737-700 that was painted in this exact color scheme back in, that had to have been 2017, I believe, from Las Vegas to Austin. So super happy to finally add this particular aircraft into my collection. Into the collection, I should say. Absolutely beautiful with the split scimitar winglets. And there is that Southwest. And of course, the Battleborn aircraft is painted in a slightly different shade of blue than the actual Southwest blue is. So it is really pretty to see this aircraft in all of its glory. Let's see if we can get a better focus there. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous aircraft. Super happy to add that one into the fleet. Yes, it's another special livery, but special liveries are what make a collection unique, and it is super awesome to be able to add that one. Now moving away from the narrow bodies, we jump into a freighter, the UPS 767-300 freighter in particular. This one is the 2023 release, so the more recent release of this guy. And as y'all know, UPS is the main cargo airline that I collect. Not for any particular reason, it's just the main cargo airline that I collect, as opposed to, say, FedEx or any other major cargo airline. This beautiful UPS 767 does have the winglets. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous aircraft. Super duper happy to be able to add him to the collection. Moving on to another wide body, we have the Etihad Airbus A350 1000 from Phoenix. This will be the second Etihad aircraft that I own in 1:400 scale, the other being the 777-300. This will also be my second A350 1000 in the collection. So super happy to be able to add this beautiful, beautiful aircraft to the collection. So amazing. Absolutely love it. And Phoenix always does such an excellent job with their molds. So I absolutely love that guy. Next up, we have another one from Phoenix. It is in KLM, the KLM 777-300ER in the Sky Team livery. Now, earlier we talked about a model with a minor imperfection. That would be this guy. We will see if that minor imperfection has presented itself again. Nope, it stayed in there pretty well. When I checked this guy at the show, his, I believe it was the right horizontal stabilizer head, came out of the fuselage of the aircraft. So we'll get him pulled out. The gentleman who had this one at his booth, he was, watching as I checked it out, and I did bring it to his attention. He knocked, I think, almost $10 or $15 off the price of this guy. Yeah, as you can see, that guy is pretty loose, which, it is what it is, but it's, again, just a very, very minor imperfection. It's not like it's a paint chip or anything like that. No paint did chip, thankfully. It's not like gear fell off or an engine broke. That's a super easy fix just with a little bit of my modeling glue that I have. Fantastic model, and for the price I paid for it, it was totally worth it. I think this one was marked 69, and I bought it and I think the $65 Etihad, and I paid a total of $120 for the two of them, so saved almost $15 on the two models. So not bad at all. Absolutely gorgeous aircraft, and of course KLM is my favorite airline. So another KLM aircraft added to the collection. We got one more 777 coming in, this one from Gemini. It is the Emirates Boeing 777-9. This is going to be my first 777X series. I think it's the X. I think that's what the line is called. I totally could be wrong about that. I might be losing my marbles over here. But yeah, this is my first 777, new generation 777 added to the collection. Super happy to add this guy. This is the wing tips up version, so the version of the aircraft when it is on the ground. But this aircraft is absolutely just magnificent So pretty, so beautiful, absolutely gorgeous aircraft. And another Emirates aircraft added to the collection. I think this is going to be number 3 of this particular airline. And last but certainly not least, another one from Phoenix. It is the Lufthansa Boeing 747-8 Intercontinental in the old Lufthansa livery. Now this one I am so excited to add. I had an opportunity to get this guy at Greyland Station when I went to Chicago last summer. I think it had just released at that point, but for whatever reason, Will at the time, he wasn't thinking straight, so I did not get this guy at the time, but I got it now, and it is still relevant. It is in the old Lufthansa livery, but quite a few of their 747-8s are still in this livery. I'm not 100% sure if Delta-Alpha Bravo Yankee uniform is in this particular livery still, but nonetheless, it is a great addition to the collection, and also my first 747-8 Intercontinental. The 747 is by far my favorite aircraft. I assume it is for a lot of av geeks out there. To be able to have a 747-8 Intercontinental in my collection is just so awesome. That is a big item checked off of the list. And this unit is an absolute beauty. And it is a lot heavier than I would think it is. This guy is so freaking awesome. So pretty. Absolutely love him. So awesome. So yeah, y'all, that is going to conclude the 11 model haul from the 2024 Dallas-Fort Worth Airliners Collectibles show. I am still working out the logistics of Airliners International 2024 in Kansas City. Got to see if I can get the vacation time. It is right before the 4th of July, and I work for a company that they're not a huge fan of us taking off around that time, so I got to see if it's going to be possible to do so. I would absolutely love to go to Airliners International again. It was super duper fun this past year in Dallas, and this is just the haul of models that I got at the local Dallas show, and I absolutely will not forget the mammoth haul I got at Airliners International in Dallas this past summer. So stay tuned for more information on that. But other than that, guys, I'd like to thank y'all so much for watching this video. Peace out from Hyatt Regency, DFW Airport.